Okay, so let's design your coaching business around your dream life and not the other way around. Most people build a business that they feel stuck to and have to build their life around. But what if you built your business around the ideal life and lifestyle that you want to have, that you will have? Let's speak it into existence. Okay, so let's help you get clear on that. So, what does your dream life feel like? You have to be 100% honest with yourself about what you want your life to look and, more importantly, feel like. Most people usually think they need more than they actually do to obtain financial freedom. And a lot of people are just sold a dream on extremely expensive materialistic things that actually financially trap them. So the real game is asking yourself how much you need to thrive comfortably after you've done the inner work to love yourself enough to choose freedom over materialistic validation. Now, when you ask most people their revenue goals or their net profit goals, most people have the idea that money is going to make their life better and solve all their problems. And most people don't even realize that it's not the money you want, it's an emotion that you want. So the money provides a feeling of safety and security, a feeling of freedom. But if you can do the inner work, heal childhood traumas, deeply connect to yourself spiritually, you'll realize that those feelings don't come from money or the world's idea of success. It comes from a deep place within where you're able to connect to the creator or whatever the word God, source, Allah, or whatever you call it means to you. Once you deeply understand that your blessings come from a non-physical place, it's not the materialistic things that you'll be chasing. Now, we do live on a 3D plane of reality, and we're not ignorant. We need material things for survival on the planet, like a roof over your head, some transportation. But when it's a mission and purpose and a way of showing up and serving, those things are just a byproduct of your service to humanity. So it's really a feeling you're looking for. So how do you want your life to feel? And you got to get real specific on how you want your life to feel. Okay, so really quick, I'm going to share this with you. This is something personal. It's something that I've created for myself about the feeling tone of my life and the theme and theme colors of my life. So I want my life to feel easy and breezy. I want my life to feel like a breeze. Easy, flow, clean, minimalistic. And the colors that make me feel this way are cool feeling tones like I have down here. So pretty much earth tone, pastels, whites, light grays, dark grays, cream, olive green, khaki, navy, soft light blues, teal, turquoise. Okay, so these are my life brand colors, how I want my life to feel. And this is kind of how it would look aesthetically. I'm a nature lover. So I really got clear about how I want my life to feel. I want it to feel like a clear mind, a safe space, sophistication, modular, mobile. My life is very mobile. I can take my laptop and get up and go somewhere for work. Very simplistic. If I do value things, they're memorabilia things, experiences, scrapbooks, etc. Cozy, soft, calm, relaxing, which is like jazz, classical music. I got very clear and specific on what I want my life to feel like. And this always reminds me that it's not status, an amount of money, how I want people to perceive me, the validation that I get externally. It has nothing to do with that. This has to do with how I want to co-create my life with this universe and how I want my life to feel. So once you really get clear on that, you have to ask yourself, okay, now how do I want to build my business around how I want to feel? So how many clients can you truly manage without burnout? How many people can you serve while genuinely loving the purposeful work that you are doing? When you decide on this honestly, you will love your business and attract clients that truly align with you. Okay. Now, your life principles should be your business's compass. What do you value the most? Example, do you value peace, time, location, freedom, flexibility, connection, purpose, being present with loved ones? What you value most should shape most of how your business is built, okay? So your content, your client experience, your boundaries, your team. You're starting to build a business around who you are and the life you want to live, rather than just saying, oh, this business makes a lot of money over here, and then build your whole life around that, and now you feel a slave to that business, right? Maybe you're a mobile person. You like to be able to pick up and go. You like to travel. You like to feel free. But you went and got into, not saying you, because this is a page for coaches specifically, but let's say someone built a brick and mortar business that they know there's a lot of money in, but now they feel stuck to that city, running that business, and they're natural travel bugs. And so they should have built something remote or digital. They didn't really think to build their business around who they were and the life that they want to live. They built a business that now their life is stuck and tied to, so they feel a slave to it. So now the money doesn't even matter because you're doing something you don't love every day, you're in a city you don't love, and you're probably attracting people that you're not really in alignment with through your business. So here's the funnel I use to attract you, and this funnel will make you rich and free. So the traffic is up top, how I got your attention. So that's through the ad, right? The ad had a call to action telling you to go ahead and shoot me a message or a DM or give me a follow. The video sales letter is the link that's in my bio. It breaks down exactly how we implement systems and do your marketing in your business to attract high-paying clients. Now you follow me, you're now part of my audience, and I'm turning you into a lead. I'm nurturing you through content like this, and once you send me a message and you're interested in building your purpose-based coaching business, I'm going to get on the call with you. That will be a sales call, and if I close at least 30% of my sales calls, I should hit my revenue goals. I deliver my service great, get client results, and that becomes word to mouth, right? And now I'm getting more clients. Now you as a testimonial and people seeing you enjoy your life, living your purpose and get some money, and you tell them about my service, now they become part of my traffic, and it just repeats, right? Okay. Also, when you're marketing yourself, your social media bio should state who you serve, and you got to get very specific about who you serve. For example, I'm not just serving, I help business owners. What kind of business owners? I serve coaches and consultants specifically. Actually, even more specific than that, purpose-driven coaching consultants. I'm very clear about who I'm serving, so it resonates with the type of person who's in alignment with that. It's very clear. The results I help them achieve. So for example, I'm helping purpose-driven coaches and consultants. What result am I helping them achieve? Helping them grow their business. And my how is with advertising. And then give them a call to action to click your link and also incentivize them. So for example, if I was a fitness coach, I'd be saying, learn how I lost 30 pounds in 60 days, and maybe like an arrow down, and then the link would be here. So the people who are interested in learning 30 pounds in 60 days, and obviously I'm just making this up here, but they would go and click the bio. You're funneling them. It's very clear that you're targeting them. You're speaking their language. They know exactly what you do, who you serve. And when they click that link, it'll tell you how you're going to serve them and break them down and get very clear about it. So by the time they get on the call with you, they know for sure you can help them solve your problem, and you've explained how, and you've showed them results and testimonials as well of other people. So let's talk about creating your content, doing what you love. So if you go on my YouTube channel, you can click the link in my bio to break down my YouTube channel. I have a section for business. I have a section for personal growth and spirituality. I pretty much envision my YouTube channel as something that I would want to leave behind for my future children to watch. So if I'm not here anymore, I want them to watch their father's growth journey in business, his spiritual growth journey, and personal development growth journey. And then I also have a section for vlogs, so like they can watch memories. So for example, I've been with my lady. We've been best friends since she was 15 and I was 16, and we were best friends for 8 years, and we just got together about 4.5, 5 years ago. And if I go on my vlog section, I can see our travel videos together, going to Bali together, her home country El Salvador, and I'm actually vlogging my life. So I'm gonna add more sections on there, like healthy foods that I like to eat, fitness and working out, just to completely be myself all around the park and treat it like a life documentary. And this is what I enjoy loving. This is how I love to perceive the kind of content that I create. It'll also be great when I'm 70 years old and I'm able to go back and watch myself grow up. And I'm a Taurus by astrology. We're known to be homebodies. I don't like to be out too much. I feel like a lot of people make me overstimulated, kind of give me a headache, especially large crowds and environments. So I love to create my content at home most of the time, unless I'm just going somewhere more quiet. I like quiet environments. I record my content in my house, podcast studios where it's nice and quiet, and I just post that as my personal brand content. And then when I do have the energy to go do something fun, whether it's going ATV riding, going jet skiing, going on a helicopter ride or something like that, I record those things and I post them for one, my memories, and then two, I'm sure that most people who want to build a business want to live a very alternative life than the average person and have those really cool experiences and excursions, right? So it also sells. So how do you enjoy filming? Do you enjoy filming in nature while walking? Just talking with no pressure? Then do it. Do it that way. There's no right or wrong way to build your business. Just make sure you do it in a way that's completely in alignment with you. Let's just say you create your content in a way that you feel safe and it's fun to you and it doesn't feel like work. This will lead to more content because you'll enjoy what you're doing. It won't be a drag or a dread. A feeling of easiness, seems like it's easy to do your work. And more nurtured, fit clients that resonate with you. Because if you're just on a walk or on a hike and you're just talking, the kind of people who like that will be like, oh, this seems just really realistic and genuine. I actually connect with this person. So build your tight-knit niche audience. Okay, so you don't have to have a large following. I invested like $15,000 in my first few coaching programs. And when I was in there seeing other coaches make $50,000 a month with 200 followers or less, I couldn't conceive, like, wait, I don't understand. Like, there's people with millions of followers that aren't making any money, and there's people who aren't making really any money, and they're just waiting for a brand deal to hopefully pay them a little bit for a month to pay their rent. And there's people with a couple hundred followers that are making $50,000 a month. I'm like, how? But you have to remember, let's just say out of those 200 followers, if it's a really tight niche audience and the audience is an audience who you can actually serve and charge a high ticket service to, just 30 of those people buying an offer from you for 5K, I think is like 150K. Close 30 people for that year, like you just did $150,000 for that year. So it just really depends on what your page is built around and what you're actually offering, because you can have a million followers talking about gossip and drama, but the type of people who would watch that would actually be probably lower minded individuals who probably don't have money and aren't interested in personal growth, and they're not used to investing in themselves. So what would you offer them? You would just have to offer them mindless entertainment, and your best bet would be to sell them merchandise or something. But it's very hard to actually make money and have meaningful conversations with that type of audience. So it's actually better with a smaller and niche audience, because they feel like you're actually personable and that they will get to work directly with you rather than feeling like you're big and there'll probably be some team member always reaching out on your behalf. Like if you were like a Tony Robbins or something. The big brand stuff is great, but it doesn't feel like I'm about to just get this really intimate experience. It feels like I got a team, I got this going, I got a flight, I gotta be on stage. So actually smaller audiences and more niche audiences are better, because a lot of the times the riches are in the niches, and people who are paying a high ticket for a service, they want to feel like they're gonna get some type of intimacy with the coach or consultant that they feel that they relate to. So authority content to attract and qualify. So you have to show you understand their pain better than they do. So for example, I know what it feels like to have gotten really good at solving a specific problem, but not knowing how to really turn it into a full-fledged business where you have systems, CRMs, team members, managers, sales reps, a really qualified nurture funnel, a great content strategy, being really clear on what your personal brand represents, and just having everything in place to really run and operate a smooth business, and literally posting content hoping that you attract a client here and there, trying to play the algorithm game. And then I'm sure that's a pain you have, right? So once I invested in myself and had some coaches teach me, oh, it doesn't really matter about how much you post necessarily or how frequently, rather than the quality of your content. And then you have a method that brings the leads to you rather than you playing go chase a new lead every month. And that solution was ads, right? Running ads so you can have paid traffic. So you have to showcase that you understand their pain better than they do, and that you've gone through whatever the process needed to be to solve it. And now you can be a helping hand to somebody else. So for me, the goal is to attract the right coaches or clients and filter out the wrong ones by making content so specific it feels like a mirror to the correct people. And then the people who don't resonate with this message, or the people who are not interested in what I'm talking about, this should probably sound like rocket science to them, and they should be like, what is that guy talking about? And I'll be honest, I don't expect to get the most likes and views. I don't expect to ever get millions of views. I don't even want millions of views, millions of comments and stuff, because I understand there's around 7% of entrepreneurs globally. So that means that I'm in a smaller category of people. And then one out of those entrepreneurs, this is not a restaurant owner, this is not real estate, this is not a construction company, this is not a mom and pop shop. This here is a coaching consulting business, and I'm targeting those people. So it's even a smaller amount of people who would even understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about personal branding, funnels, sales, content, courses, ebooks. Most people are not even thinking about that, right? This is not on their radar. So I'm talking very specific to a specific kind of person who would understand what I'm talking about, and I'm completely happy and fine with that. So for example, I would attract them by speaking their language and really understanding that I would be like their mirror. So I would talk about things like why 90% of online coaches stay stuck at $10,000 a month without breaking past it. The difference between a 5K a month coaching business and a 30K a month coaching business. Here's why your niche isn't converting and how to fix it. Showing case studies. How John went from 8K to 27K a month in 90 days using one funnel. I will be getting really clear. I will be calling out the problem that they're experiencing, what they're facing, and solutions to their problems. And that will really resonate with them, okay? Also, relatable content. Show them you've lived what they're going through, not just selling to them. This could be having a story, transformation experiences, showing transformational content, like you being sad, tired, overweight, feeling depressed, and then like another clip of you in the best shape of your life, right? Yeah, pretty much just finding creative ways to show them that I've transformed myself into the transformation that they want to have and experience, and that you're not just copy and pasting something you heard someone else say and just trying to sell it to them. Come across genuine. Okay, and so the goal with that is to build emotional resonance and loyalty. Make them feel seen. You want to make people feel seen. Most people don't feel seen with their problems, right? So if they feel seen and validated through you as well, not that your validation is what gives them any sense of power, but if they feel like, oh, okay, I'm not tripping or going crazy. Someone else has gone through this challenge and they've come out on the other side. And they're speaking directly to the problem that I'm experiencing right now. It feels relatable. They feel seen. So for example, I remember being stuck at 8K and burning out on 20 calls a week. Why I almost quit my coaching business last year, and what pulled me back? The hard truth. And if you're afraid of niching down, you're not serious about scale. All right, behind the scenes of team, ads, DMs, content, workflow. These are kind of like it's really relatable. Okay, so also showing real wins, losses, valuable moments, and showing your lifestyle. This builds great rapport. They actually feel like they're experiencing a human soul living rather than a super AI edited robot telling them everything they think they want to hear. Also, depending on your lifestyle, you would get intentional about scheduling your calls and content because overdoing, forcing, and not being authentic leads to burnout. So let's have an example schedule, right? So your time. You have to block out some you time first. This could be time in nature, time with God, working out, meditation, your sales calls. Let's just say you had Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday were sales calls days. You would do that between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., right? Your one-to-ones could be Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Content, okay, so what days do you have free now? You have Wednesdays, full day of content ideas. Let's say that's where you kind of script out some ideas or you go through social media, get some inspiration. This could be Monday, 3 p.m. till 6, and Friday, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Then you have your content roadmap. So how frequently do you want to post what feels good to you? You don't always have to be chasing an algorithm. If you're real, genuine, and you're actually solving a problem that's timeless and universal, you can actually post valuable content and your content will always be there to work for you. So is it one YouTube video a week, 3 reels a week, and 2 call to actions on your stories? Like, hey, I'm looking for, let's say you're in the relationship coaching space and you're like, hey, I'm looking for 2 clients this week who are interested in healing childhood traumas to be able to attract their dream relationship or help their relationship thrive in the way that they dream of. Okay, so you would post that twice on your story to attract more leads. So you just want to make sure you have easy and relaxed content. Filming yourself just talking at a coffee shop, sitting at a desk, or on a walk. Right now, I'm filming on my kitchen table. 1 YouTube video a week, write out some subject matters, and just be you. Make sure your content is tailored toward the reason that your audience follows you, okay? So there's plenty of other things that I do. Like I love to make music, sing, dance. I like gymnastics. I enjoy cooking. There's a lot of different things that I do enjoy, and I may sprinkle some of it in my content here and there. The main focus of this page, I understand, is to help business owners grow in their business, spirituality, personal development, and I always make sure I post content related to that. Okay, so that was the basics around designing your coaching business around your dream life and the habits that keep you consistent without burning out, and the way that you can run an efficient coaching business that's actually something you love to wake up to and will keep you talking to people that you like and working in a way that feels truly in alignment with you and your natural wiring, how you are. So I hope you enjoyed. If you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner looking to scale your online business, go ahead and DM me the word scale, and I'll send you a free training on how you can grow your business. All right, have a blessed, wonderful, and prosperous day.